chat is small. It's from everyone though. Oh, weird. Do you think that your phone might have Twitch notifications like disabled? Anyways, hello. we are here. It is trial 2. Yeah, it can be a problem for future Saito. um but hello. That was a thing in an Android update maybe. I don't really get the most recent Android updates because my phone is officially too old. um, but yeah, hello. I need to mute Genshin because fight music is happening and it's very distracting. But I'm in map view, so like we're safe. It's fine. Headband, scarf that is acting as a headband. I need to cut my hair, but I can't cut my hair until the water heater is fixed, and that's just because after I cut my hair I need to be able to take a shower to rinse the feeling of having my hair cut off of me, as opposed to the way that we've been managing. um I need to comfortably submerge myself under warm water in order to cut my hair. So that is, ugh, yeah. And just, yeah. And it's really getting on my nerves because it's at a weird length and it's just doing weird things, and it's easier to push it up out of the way. Um so yeah. No clue. um but yeah. So today we're going to do some dailies, some weeklies, and then some Dehya story quest. So that's going to be fun. I've been looking forward to doing this story quest, but last week was just not a week that was happening. Thank you. Um, yeah, hopefully. um, but yeah, I wasn't feeling that well last week. I had a lot of headaches because there was a lot of rain and wind. Um, I was also very, very distracted because Zoe wasn't feeling well. She has been having some body pain and also some tummy issues. So I've been worried about her. So my focus just was not there for doing stream at all. But she is doing a little better today. So I am able to be here. um, Toulouse and Oliver are in the catnip box. Nothing can possibly go wrong there. I do have a little bit of a tummy ache today, but like, when don't I have a little bit of a tummy ache? So, mm, I'm glad that your bones aren't rebelling too much. I would say that my bones have been more or less okay. The biggest struggle I've had with them is not really related to my bones themselves, but the fact that as I've been typing today, Oliver keeps coming to lay across my wrists. So I'm like, typing like this instead of having like movement. um, but that's not really a bone problem, is it? That's a cat problem. Did you just bot Marie? Oliver just bot Marie. Oh wait, it's going off the thing. Where? Figuring out chat placement every day. Having an Anya time in general. So valid. Um so very valid. Take care of yourself. But I shall pop us into game. Oh, chat is tiny here too, and camera is frozen. Love that. Love that so much. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Here is this. Okay. And let me just teleport over here to get away from the battle music. It was nothing actually dangerous. It was just an animo slime that I was standing next to when it respawned, but you know. Every time the kid yeah. The good news is there's an active. Oh, yay! See, that is good news. That is definitely good. Okay. There is so much. Hi, Marie. Okay. Mail. I have checked in so many days and yet not really opened the game. I've been so tired. Okay. And there was something on the event. Oh, right. Test runs. Ah. Oh, yeah. The little guy. They've got Friday off, so they're coming back for that weekend. Oh, okay. So valid. Forgot. That's the trials. We have switched banner. Oh, man. I have to do a couple polls for the little guy.
Take your true form.
And he's so much fun.
Do your master's bidding.
Is weird to use. Okay. Noted.
Obey.
Don't get frostbite.
Manifest. Cryo incarn. Surrender in Eat
This moment will be frozen.
Always fun to use Shenhe. But I would never put the energy. You got him in 40? Oh my gosh, yeah. I think last time I got the new 4-star in like the first 10 or 20. So oh no. Yeah, he's a pyro boy, isn't he? I mean, so far he's cryo? He's a cryo pole arm. Well then. Fascinating. Interesting. Interesting.
Whirling snow. Ha! Sakura swirl. Yeah, yeah. My apologies. Come on.
Nope,
We can
wrong
do
button.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Kamisato art. Sometsu. Take flight. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess this half of the event period is a very cryo heavy. Hi, Marie. You can come down. Why they didn't rerun Eula this patch? Oh. Hmm. Hi, Oliver. You can come up. You just can't cause problems. Come here. Come on. Come on. She hasn't rerun in over a year now. Yeah. His little explorer vibe. Okay.
Final warning.
So that was that. Uh-huh. Okay.
Neutralizing threats.
Okay. So that can aim,
Leave the wounded to me.
and that. What?
Engaging.
What's happening?
Can't handle your drink. Huh.
Let's keep going, team. Precision strike. Leave the wounded to me.
Oh, he's a healer.
Neutralizing threats.
He doesn't do a lot of damage by himself, does he?
Diana special.
Alright. Razor time. Like, that's fascinating, however.
Now's our chance. Final warning.
Yeah. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Yeah.
Can't handle your drink.
Sometimes, especially when, like, it's a 4-star that you have built well, and then you use Hoyoverse's version of it, and it's just like,
Let's keep going, team. Providing cover fire.
Diana Special!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
oh my gosh, yeah. All right, that was interesting. That was interesting. Not at all what I was expecting. There was so much happening. All right. Is the Vine Laser Yeah. Toulouse and Oliver are having a smackdown at the catnip box. Okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Now Sucrose.
Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Enhanced animal module 75.
Let's spark things up.
Don't get frostbite.
Absorption test. Swirl, Mark 2.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Stand clear.
Sucrose, I'm familiar with using. You finally see 6 Sucrose? Nice. And Ningguang. Nice. Alrighty. Oh, Diona.
Hit. Hit.
Think you can bully me?
Freeze. Oh, so sorry.
Can't handle your drink. Huh.
Hit. Come a little closer. Hit. You've been a naughty boy.
Ugh. The way that Lisa.
Hit. Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Shake it and stir.
Hit. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
I got distracted trying to see if that number goes above 3 because I can never remember. Hey, John, welcome on in. How are you doing today? All of Lisa's voice lines really said Dom vibes. Yeah. I think that was the point of her. Feel like lazy Dom was what they were going for. Oh, that is a long boy. Well, welcome on in. I'm glad that you're doing well. Hope the stream was fun. I already have Miss Splitter reforged. I'm not going to be wishing on it, but I always chart a course anyways. Over people's shit than lazy. I agree, but you know, lazy takes less time to say. Alright, well, let's hope that Mika comes home quickly. Is that the Widzith? No, it's Sackfrag. Okay, fine. Fine. I suppose I can accept sacrificial. Alright, there he is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alrighty.
Even though I'm still miles behind
Oh
you.
no, my Diona is C6. That was just a, What is this? Oh. I see. I have not fought your guy. Yeah. Does a single pull on standard. For nothing. Please let it just be nothing. I'm still shaken after the single pull that led to a D-Loop con. I did not. I said, sorry, I haven't fought your guy yet. Oh, more of the little guy. Okay, so this, I've actually been getting a lot of this kid's commissions. Like, in a row, which is great. We love getting a complete story quest. Oh! Now he's... So, basically, for anyone who missed it, Little Meng went to leave a message. He put a message in a bottle about his woes, his concerns, his wishes to see the world, you know? And he sent it down into the sea. And it washed up somewhere else in Leah where somebody actually picked it up. And we ran into the person who picked it up, and he was like, I'm friends with businessmen who travel. And I also know his dad. Like, they can just go do their business stuff, insist that his dad needs to come, and tell his dad that he can bring him. and then he can go have a fun little time. Wish fulfilled. So we did that. And now he gets to go to Sumeru with his dad and his dad's business partners. Super fun. We prepared some food so that they would have some snacks for the journey. We got some medicine from Boo Boo Pharmacy, particularly for hangover medication, because business meetings, alcohol, hangovers. And now we are standing in front of the Smith's bench. So let's see. All right. The price and quality of anything forged from either of these types of ores would be completely different. All right. But this is all we have left of these two types, right? What are you two doing? Hi, traveler. I'm currently helping Dad check on the ironware that he's ordered. Mr. Blacksmith over here is totally the best. He said he'd forge me a small sword, too. I'm so... This little baby. He's gonna get a little sword. Oh. But he says there haven't been enough raw materials to go around the store lately, so Dad's batch of ironware might be delayed. And I've got no idea when my sword will be ready either. Well, it can't be helped. We've been very busy lately, so we're more or less out of ore. The areas where ore is most plentiful are also occupied by many monsters, so I don't dare go mining there. I can only try to tide this busy period over before asking an adventurer to escort me to an area where I can mine. But when will that be? Actually, traveler, I heard that you're really good at beating monsters. Is that true? If it is, could you please help me out? Please? Alright, kid. Traveler, are you going to check the situation out there? In that case, let me mark my usual mining spots on the map for you. Alright, that should do it. Be careful while you're out there. Those places are crawling with monsters. Dude, it's just some hilly trolls. I'm not worried about it. I'm counting on you then. Is that true? No. I don't know where you heard that from. I've never fought a monster in my life. Oh, that was a big ons to lose. Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Yeah. Are you watching me stream? Yeah. I love you. Oh, thank you for the kiss. Oh, thank you.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Alrighty.
Stabilize.
Into the wind.
Oh, more? Really?
The wind knows me.
Not that it matters. I have Cosmo, but... Seriously?
One with nature.
Alright. Nice. Bringing back the ore. You know, Toulouse, I can feel you staring at me. They're sitting, like... They're sitting on, like, footstool that's kind of off to the side in this direction. And they're just looking up at me, half asleep. Staring into the fabric of my being, as cats do. They really do. How are things going over there, traveler? They should be safe for now. Dad said that he will hire a few people to protect us while we're traveling. I just hope those people are as good as you are. Mr. Blacksmith, does this mean that you can continue mining and making the ironware now? Of course. Just give me a moment to prepare. I'll get those ores and be back in time to continue my work. That said, there is a limit to how much ore I can carry by myself. With any luck, that area should be free of monsters. Sorry for the yawn. It is sleepy hours. Also, we will worry about the event like later. Oh yeah. Okay, they're like neck and neck right now. I think I can do 2 commissions with 2 commissions with oh my gosh, Kazuha and 2 with Venti. My brain is lagging so badly. I am sorry. But alas. All right. Hey, man.
Gather!
Torn to oblivion.
Into the wind.
Bye.
Solidify!
That is okay. Sleep is important. I would say same, but I guess I kind of have to stay awake through stream, don't I?
Didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Osmanthus wine.
There we go.
Hi.
Toulouse, do you have the itchies? I can't reach you. My arm does not have super extend.
Gather!
Time for takeoff. Allow me. Inazuma shines eternal. Brace yourself.
Order guide you. Solidify!
Think you can get away? Billowing surge. Ha!
always need more of those insignias. Alright. Finally, impregnable defense. This one over here. Alright. Thank you for the hydrate. Despite how much rain we got last week, it was
Here we go. Yeah.
very dry this morning.
Brace yourselves.
This is order. Gather.
Time for takeoff. Torrance, bring refuge.
I think I drank like 2 full glasses of water in the first few minutes of being awake. Oh my
Solidify.
goodness. Okay.
Now you
I always
shall
forget what 70? Hey, my goodness. But yeah, I drank like 2 full glasses of water upon waking up this morning because it was so dry in the house. And like, I didn't even have the heat on super high last night. Like, I've been turning the heat down at night because if I'm not cold, then I will be uncomfortable because, I don't know, body's weird, sleep. But just the dryness. Yeah. Pretty much. Wait, what is... Oh, right. I still haven't finished I'll Hate Them story quest. Hopefully that won't be a problem going into Dehya's, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't think there's any overlap. Okay. Yeah, as long as I'll Hate Them's not in it, then we should be good. I will eventually finish it. I just need to. He isn't? Alright.
Ad Astra
Yeah.
Abithosk. Welcome. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Ad Astra Abithosk.
Alright. I don't know if it's really an issue of needing emotional support or anything, so much as I just need to be doing 2 things at once, you know? Oh, look, it's another standard wish. Good. I've got to the point where I'm relieved to get 3 stars. Doing 2 things at once. Yeah. Like, if I have the story going, but I'm also scrolling through my phone, you know?
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
So just, like, not giving the story my undivided attention. Valid. Yeah, I mean, usually the second thing that I'm doing when I'm playing Genshin is talking to you guys. Um, which is usually fine, but for that particular one, just was not quite enough. I'm always so low on crabs. Alrighty. Oh, did not realize I was running low on onions. Alright. Milk, always need more of, because I always need more cream. More rice. More shrimp. The mysterious meat. I'm out of jam. Interesting. Oh, nice. I should make a little more butter. Just like a little more. I have so many crystals. Okay. I still really believe that when you get double... Oh! May make a special dish. But when the character gives you double, I feel like both of those should count towards your proficiency count. Oliver, you don't need to bring that down here. I am one nut short. From being able to perfect these. Alright.
Welcome to Second Life.
That wasn't-
Satisfaction guaranteed.
What should I try this time?
So valid. Wait. I thought I got to 20 dishes. How many did I make? 19. Damn. Alright. Well. Let's make some more pita pockets. All right. There we go. So, Mika's dish is the adventurer's breakfast. Good to know. I'm thinking standard of Scara, Child, Senora, A. So I shall stand at the entrance. Just waiting for Baiju. Yeah. Still waiting with all of my billets that I've gotten so far. I haven't used them. So I've got 2 catalysts and 1 bow and arrow, I think. Oh yeah, and a sword. I've got a sword
Boats
billet, a
are
bow
made for
billet.
transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while.
Be having the live stream
So it is
soon.
where many things come to settle.
Yeah, 2 catalyst billets, a bow billet, and a sword billet. I haven't used them though, because I'm like, I don't know what to use them for. I went so long without billets that I've forgotten what I would even want. Okay. Actually,
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
yeah. A is just good. Hi, Oliver. I maintain that you can come up here. There's room. There is, yeah. Come on up. There you go. Hi. Hello, puppy. Here, you got critties in your eyes. Yeah. He is out of sight, but he is here. Are you gonna help us play? Are you gonna help us play the game?
Inactivity
I see
serves
everything.
no purpose whatsoever.
Or are you just gonna lay on my hip? Yeah. Okay. Can see his ears just a little bit. Sorry. Also, real quick, I'm just gonna throw some sashimi. Alrighty. Oliver is comfy.
Let it be known that divinity is mine! Perish! Insignificant pest!
Dance.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Order guide you.
There is no escape.
Bundle pins. Make yourselves at home.
At my command, you shall fall.
This is order.
Activate the other one. Oh, the other one. The other one. The other one. Yeah!
Power.
We got him!
Torn to oblivion.
I'll protect us.
We immobilized him!
1,000 eons.
Yeah!
mine to dominate.
Okay.
Let's dance.
Kneel.
I cannot express how much I feel no you.
Burn to oblivion.
Illusion shattered.
Yeesh.
Go, Barbara, go.
Reality
Protect us.
is pain. Good riddance, cruel world.
Let the show begin.
Oh.
There is no escape.
Not possible.
Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Let's dance. Make yourselves at home. Roll, roll, roll.
Stabilize.
Now you
Order
shall
guide
perish.
I can't lose it all again.
I honestly do not understand this fight very well, so I have no clue. Holy shit, I got 3 of this piece. Alright. Uh, we'll see what the third set is. Oh, it wasn't fast enough on that. That might have done it. His second stage makes me think of Metaton X from Undertale. his god form was really it sure was a choice. Um choices were made.
Everyone hold hands.
I love you. All
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Do you want to help fight Child? Yeah.
Where do you want to go next?
I get it. I like beating up
If you'd
Child
like to
too.
see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
You're cute. Do you know you're cute, my good sir? Chi-Chi! I love you. Alright. Wonderful lineup. Child is about to be obliterated. Which, I mean, when isn't he? But you're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh my gosh. The amount of time it took for me to load in.
Not bad, not
I get in, and he's already almost done.
Torn to oblivion.
Guys. Go in! Why do they never miss?
There is no escape.
Higher, higher, hands on fire! We have
Now you shall perish.
teamwork is dreamwork.
Shine down. Absurd.
Faster. Okay.
Alright. Of course I have more shards of Foul Legacy, but tusks, that's good. Alright. Oh. Decent flower. Not really a timepiece I'm gonna get attached. You would have killed him. Yeah. Child is just that easy. That's how it goes. It's funny because my load times aren't even like that bad compared to how they have been on some nights, but one of the strongest harbingers. Yeah, literally. Like, ooh, I'm Tartaglia. I fell into the abyss when I was 14 and came out bloodthirsty and can use my delusion and my vision at the same time. Blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. But it eats away at your physical form so badly that it takes, like, a gust of wind to defeat you.
what they say is true. You have
Or
to see the world
someone
for
lied on
yourself
their
to
resume.
appreciate how beautiful it is.
I mean, I think that we should get to fight Dottore just to see. And you know, the thing is, I really do think we should get to fight Dottore. Like, I want that for me. I want that for all of us. I think we all deserve to be able to fight Dottore. I really do. It's how I feel deep in my heart. We should get to fight him. Just on moral ground. Yeah. Just for the sake that he is a horrible
Boats are made for
individual
transferring
who
commodities
I
back
cannot
and
even
forth,
call a
and
human
those that come across
because
Lure
I'm not
tend to stay a
completely
while.
convinced that
So
he
it is
is
where many things
anymore
come to settle.
or ever was. He's kind of just a fucked up little guy.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Oh, that's a big stretch to loose. Hi. How are you doing? You doing okay? Are you doing okay? Okay. I love you. All right. I would love to be strong enough to take down Signora before her fire phase does like the annoying tornado thing. That's what I aspire.
You're
Okay.
trembling.
No cutscene.
Is it the
Haha.
cold or just cowardice? There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal. Detestable. Into the
Oh.
frozen void.
Thank you for resubbing.
Go, Barbara, go! Sacred name. Fortune preserver.
Also, I mean, valid.
Illusion shattered.
Oh, are we already at that? All right. Let's get that for a second.
Now you shall perish.
That was stupid. That was
Wheel of
dumb.
life.
There is no escape. The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors.
Recommendation is to stay away from me. Because I was a fool. Am I dead? No. That's good to know.
Illusion shattered.
God protect us.
Really felt like a close call on that one.
Higher, higher, pants on fire. See?
Shine down. Torn to oblivion.
Where'd she?
Faster.
Damn it!
Okay, faster.
Illusion shattered.
Let's dance.
I hate when she does that.
Who dares call me a witch? Not even ashes will remain. Embrace your searing reckoning.
Rise.
There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Illusion shattered.
No! Tornadoes! Me, Barbara. No!
I'll protect us.
Literally so close.
Go.
Now you shall perish. I never
Alrighty.
redemption. Never.
What do we got this time? Another catalyst. I have 3 catalyst billets. I don't know what to do with that. Alright, another molten moment, butterfly, and a shitty goblet. Alright. Wow. Well, it's good to know that I have it. Because if I need to make more catalyst pieces or whatever, or, you know, like it's there. And I could always convert it into the Sumeru billets. There we go. If I wanted to do that. Yeah. Alrighty. One last fight. I don't think I can be bothered with bounties right now. So I'm just not going to worry about them. Almost have a full billet set. Just need some arable. Nice.
Osmanthus wine tastes
I
the
need
same
to
as I remember.
keep working on the tree. How
But
many
where are those who share
dangerous
the memory?
sigils do I have? 8. Oh. Not many. That would be why. Benny slaps so hard in this fight. It's so fun.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
I feel like
But where are those who share the
C6ing
memory?
Benny was really just that. Oh, that and finally finishing his finish leveling his artifacts. I guess that probably helped too. But no, I'm quite pleased. Don't trust officials' health. So valid. I feel like Yenfei would actually be pretty good for some.
Adventure. Pathetic.
No, you. No,
Swift and merciful.
Careless.
sometimes she just slides around on the screen, and I'm like, are you supposed to be moving right now? Like, what's happening?
Pathetic.
This looks visually not correct. I don't know how to
order.
explain what I mean beyond that. Just
decided. Spirit blade. This body is eternal.
Mein Fräulein, your presence is urgently required. Fräulein.
oh, that's not good.
Purge all obstacles. From whence you came. Witness the final calamity.
Good thing that the food bag exists, huh? I was able to get a little shield.
Let's light it up.
Force my blade. Stabilize.
Crystallize my rare beloved.
Order guide you.
Spirit blade. Attack. Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Midnight Phantasmagoria. I'm going in.
From whence you came. Swift and merciful.
This is order.
A touch of frost. Spirit blade. Attack. Let's light it up.
See our numbers doing numbers, and it feels like it barely makes a dent. Why does she have so much health?
Inferior. Strike dead.
No, you.
Weak. Let's light it up.
Solidify.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Your presence is urgently required. Order guide you.
This body is eternal. From whence you came.
Listen.
Solidify.
One with my blade.
Wow, ma'am. I do not appreciate those grabby hands.
Spirit blade.
This is
Attack.
order.
A touch of frost. Witness the final calamity.
By royal decree.
Oh.
Purge all obstacles.
Nothing to fear.
Eternity is in my hands.
Everybody stand back.
Who needs to jump when you can just stand on a Healy circle?
Don't try to rush your enemy.
Listen, Zhongli, I don't think what I was just doing can really be called rushing my enemy.
Let night fall.
Order guide you.
Spirit blade. Attack.
Stabilize.
A touch of frost. Euthymia crumbles before me.
Wonderful. All right. Nice. We have boss. Oh, nice. I have like 30 dreams, so I think the game is done giving them to me for right now. Which, fair enough. I just never use them. I tend to get like the boss drops pretty well spread out, so I don't often find myself needing to convert them. And then also, I need all of the boss drops, so I kind of can't convert them. um so here we are. Yeah. Grab. This. Too impatient to only focus on one person at a time. I mean, and only focus on one person at a time. Yeah. And I focus on so many people at a time. I'm always working on at least 4 people at a time because I like to build in teams, you know? So I often find myself with that. Or even if it's not somebody that I'm presently building, like Ito, for example. I have a lot of talent materials for Ito that I just haven't used yet because I know I will build him. I know that Ito's one of the characters that I will triple crown.
Wine tastes the same
Yeah,
as
it's
I
definitely a
remember.
lot. I think the most I've ever
But
done
where
at
are
one
those
time
who
was
share
6
the memory?
characters. And that was when I was building this team plus Ganyu because I had Venti and Kazuha that were tag teaming it. And then Zhongli, A, and Kokomi. And then I got Ganyu unexpectedly. And I had most of the stuff to get Ganyu to the same spot that everybody else was at anyway. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just lump her in and build everybody. So that's what I did. And I don't regret it because playing with Ganyu is so much fun. I love when she does the shooty thing and her arrow explodes. Yeah. I just think Ganyu is neat.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd
So,
like to see
yeah,
Liyue's
this was
tourist spots,
definitely my most
I have
ambitious
a few
team to be.
references.
um But yeah, no, it was truly coincidental that I had like all of the pieces for Ganyu, at least to get her all the way to level 80, like right off the bat. And I had just gotten a bow that was pretty good for her, and I was like, this is fate. I can't not build her. She has been dropped into my hands.
Osmanthus
And I
wine
have to
tastes the
cherish
same
her.
as I remember. But where are those who share?
Very rare when that gets to happen with a character. All right, before maybe we can farm for Baishu tomorrow before stream. I would like that. You right.
Where do you want to go next? If
So
you'd like to see
you
Liyue's tourist spots,
are an
I
icy
have a few
boy.
references. Osmanthus
Oh
wine
right, I
tastes
didn't
the
finish
same as I remember.
this thing because
But
I
where
was.
are those who share the memory?
Wait, you're an attack percent weapon?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as
Dick?
I remember.
Ist
But
das
where
so?
are those who share the memory?
Everybody and their brother needs the mushrooms. I mean,
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
oh, this is crit rate and crit damage. I'll probably end up building that up and putting it on like Ganyu, but
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But
I
where
should
are
look at what
those
he
who
scales
share
off
the
of, but
memory?
you know. Oh yeah, healing bonus is fine on you.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I
Alright,
have
what
a
do you
few
do?
references.
Okay, healing is based on HP. Makes sense. Usually is.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Oh!
But where
He
are
shows...
those who share the memory?
Okay, so healing is off of HP and the rest is off of attack. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. So he shows us where Mondstadt's specialties are. That's fun. I love that for you. I keep perceiving this as a tail, but it's not a tail. It's just
Boats
a
are made
feather.
for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay
All
a
right.
while. So it is where many things come to settle.
I have 110 beetles. And I don't think that's enough. Let's see. Oh! Wait, what? I didn't realize I could ascend a show. Hold on. Finally someone who isn't Clee who does that for Monty. Right, yeah.
The limit to one's power is self-destruction. Answer me. Why do you persist?
If you're not sure what to do next, how about I take you on a walk?
Well, I don't think I'm getting him all the way to 70, but close.
Every journey has its final day.
I have enough of
Don't
everything else for Chi-Chi. I just need to craft up the jade chunk.
Breathe. 3, 4.
And then Lisa... Wait, Lisa's already level 70. Right. No, it was Sayu. That's who else I was... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I need to craft up... Why do I always end up building 2 Animo characters at the same time?
Something on your mind again? Let's work through it together. Two
It
heads
is
are better than
never something...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
2.
Ugh.
Breathe. 3.
I'm gonna have to once again make sure not to use any in cooking. All right, but I am going to take a pause, refill my tea, and then we will do the story quest. So yeah. Although I do have artifact stuff for the leveling of the up. Okay, your stuff is pretty... You're done. You have everything at least at 12. You also have everything at least at 12. That's good. Let's get your HP a little higher, perhaps, as a little treat. Elemental Mastery, I will take it. Please and thank you.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
A good few ×2 bonus enhancements. Flat attack, of course. It went for the flat attack on that one. Why wouldn't it? Your HP is already actually pretty good. Bless you. Let's see.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
More ER. Alright, what's her attack up to? Honestly, yeah, like, what is the percent chance of getting...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Now I will take a pause. Oh, I bet I spent more on, huh? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, but yeah. So, I will be right back. We got an achievement fighting Skara. Yeah. Alright. Someone out there has done the math.
Boats are made for transferring
I'm
commodities
sure.
back and forth. And those that come across Lior tend to stay a while.
I know,
So it is where
Jean-Louis.
many things come to settle.
I know, buddy. I know. Okay. Switch to Hutao when he's rambling now. We are back.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liu,
Zhongli, you were literally just talking, my guy. All right.
Let's dance.
There is no escape.
Yeah. I feel like his cooldown for his idle lines is so much shorter than everyone else's. But also, idle lines are kind of why I'm a traveler main. All she does is stretch and yawn, okay? Like, it's a very easy option if I don't want to hear anybody talking. Um, this is your weekly reminder to love your traveler, take care of your traveler, build your traveler, cherish your traveler. Alright, into the city we go. You like to hear Hootessing? Valid. I do like Barbara's idle lines, I will say. I think she's cute. Um, and, I mean, D-Luke's idols are mostly fine, especially in the outfit that I usually have him in. Because, like, when he's in his regular clothes and he's all like, maybe you should bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time, you know, as opposed to, like, I don't know. It's just different energy. He doesn't feel so mean in his, rebel phase clothes. Oh, the second you enter the Grand Bazaar.
Hyman's
Here we
trying
go.
to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list? Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some.
That wasn't on our list, was it?
We can still add it to the list.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Hello there. Oh, it's been quite a while.
Taking her girlfriend out for a walk, I see.
So you two are still hanging out together. Dehya, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends. The Holmayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dehya to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago. My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dehya wasn't around.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dehya. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
But she said they'll treat you to the best dishes. Paimon can't believe you can still refuse that.
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
Alright, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Oh, looks like Junior's was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya? All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's Relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Al-Akhmar.
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akhmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
They were
Deshret's
little,
Relics is composed of many
meat.
smaller brigades like Ain al-Akhmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dehya al-Akhmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dehya al-Akhmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond
Yay
terrible.
for Dino Egg.
They won't even spare
But-
their own kind.
Yike.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dehya al-Akhmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
Uh, oh, I'm sorry, Dehya. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person. He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale. They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play. Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
Yeah. Dakota is saying hello. His eyes bugging him again. It's all watery. I don't know if he got something in it or what. But it doesn't sound like he had all bad intentions.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish, but that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
You just want to find out why they suddenly started causing so much more trouble.
Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
I see.
But smuggling
But isn't
what?
this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is.
I mean,
but
yeah, but
every
it's
mercenary
Dehya.
lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Yeah, she's cured.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
I'll go back to the desert.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, she said
I get
the
caught
cat,
up
so
in
if
messes
she
all
went
the
into
time. It's
desert
okay.
with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help.
I'll do my best.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
At least I was warned ahead of time. I mean, yeah. The only place in Sumeru that I do have 100% is the Lost Nursery, and that's just because it's so tiny. I keep getting distracted by, like, the sights of the desert to properly 100% it. You know what I mean? I knew there would be daddy issues in this quest before going into it, which I am grateful for being pre-warned. Because now I know that this quest is probably going to make me a little mad. Not too bad to 100%. Yeah. I just haven't had the time to dedicate to it.
Hey, Dehya, you're back. Are these two friends of yours?
Wow. Are so cool when they aren't boring. Yeah. Pretty much. I don't know how my brain, like, melded those into, like, one response that just said, Dehya is my wife. Which, like, yeah. Absolutely. Just not what either of the options actually say.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew. Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Ahmar's been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets. They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any
always
other
is.
brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. But it sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
That's terrible!
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora. A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange. Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific.
Don't mind me.
It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
They were able to cause so much damage? That somehow makes things even more confusing.
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew after all.
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experiences.
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Khan al-Ahmar,
Some guys.
I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Ribat. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from her. Now that we
Green
know you
behind
have a
the
capable
ears?
partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dehya.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here. Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
I had no idea.
I
I
mean,
guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
if has been through as many
Oh, one other
battles,
thing,
you mean
Dehya.
like
When you're free,
she
why
was
don't you
there
update the
too?
deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows. The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna tell me?
Gay
Alright,
pirate girl vibes.
alright.
Yeah.
We can tell you about it later.
I mean,
Now's not the time.
that is essentially
Hey, don't you
an
try to change the subject.
accurate.
You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Are they always like this?
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things
They
come
are
up
still running
is
around.
better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it. That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis. Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holof? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first.
Oh, stop pretending to be mature.
I drew up a map. Right here's
Sucker.
the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Khan al-Ahmar's looted goods. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Dehya. Now, like I said, the two ladies Dehya brought with her were also like super mercs. I'm talking same level as Flame Main here. Oh, you should have seen it. The aura of the two of them when they were standing together, it was incredible. I was just at a loss for words, that's all.
Ah, so pathetic.
Hey! Shut up!
All right. We have fucked around. It's time to find out.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time. It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of them. Ah, here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly.
All right. Trial Dehya moments? Yeah.
That's close enough. Feeling lucky today.
All hail! Shine down!
Let the show begin.
Ooh.
Let's...
Huh? You're the Flame Mane.
Good. That
What was
saves me
your
an
first
introduction.
guess?
All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dakana Lakmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or eyes? You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
It's all right, Paimon. She knows what she's doing.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the trouble.
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue.
What
Quick, search the area for any first aid supplies. I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
Tried to do something badass, passed out before he could finish.
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
Well,
yeah, I'm like,
what? We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking. There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
He's not gravely injured and will probably wake up soon. Okay. There are some weapons in the boxes, as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. There's a lot of daily necessities like food and water. It doesn't seem like there's anything noteworthy. Yeah, just give him a couple more tries. He'll get there.
Bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a
A
record
for
or
effort.
something.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions. Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well. This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person. That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dakana Lakmar. Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
No value?
Yeah, every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered.
Maybe it just happened to cancel each other out? I don't know what that means,
Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all? Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shazamon Homayani?
Homoyani? You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it just be another family with the same last name?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shazamon Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family. Just what the heck is going on here?
Calm down. Let's analyze the situation first.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakana Lakmar.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakana Akhmar?
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shazamon as their person of contact? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Rebot or Port Ormos.
If Shazamon was actually aware of this, perhaps he's been supplying the brigade's operations this entire time.
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
Fucking rich people.
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homayanis are in need of money.
Rich people,
I
Paimon.
honestly have no idea. I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past? But that's still just a speculation. I don't think the Master would stoop so low to make Mora.
I don't think Dunyarzad knows anything about this either.
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
What should we do now? All we found is just another mystery.
If we want to get to the bottom of this, we won't be able to turn back.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this. I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homayanis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakana Lakmar.
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
I've considered that possibility. But even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust. She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
I hope we'll be of help to her.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
Alrighty. It's funny because at first I was like, oh, are there going to be family issues with Dinuzad's family? And then Dia was like, and they're run by my father. And I was like, oh, it's about Dia's family. Nope. The answer is both. It is all of the families.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then.
Nah, just some
Well,
guy.
How did it go? What did you come up with?
Actually, we're still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all. Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back! So tell me, what happened?
Well?
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father? Okay.
That
I
would be the
understand.
guy, yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can. My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
That feels unlikely, though.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while. In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost. However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of this was a coincidence.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense. If my father had always been in contact with Dakan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
That's what things are looking like at this point.
Sorry we put all this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homiyani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homiyani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Dehya.
It's alright, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was that thing about friendship again?
True friendship is built on trust.
Right, yeah, trust! You said that yourself, Dehya. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
If your trust hasn't been misplaced, then he probably has a lot of conflicting feelings as well.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Usual place? Ah, right.
After we finish this quest, I'm going into the desert to get a singular nut so that I can finish that, mastering that one recipe.
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to her is her travel companion, Paimon.
Ah, yes, my daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person. But we may skip all
Think the guy in the
pleasantries
village
for
sells
now.
them? Yeah, I'm pretty sure
What
he
is
does.
the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
So, that's what you found. Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
Wait, me?
Yes, I understand perfectly why you came to see me. And I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss. Your father, Cecil, and I both believed that. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you. The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind. If you must proceed, then Cecil's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him. I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekan al-Ahmar. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
Well, you
He
were a
said
baby,
that he
so
had
that makes
no
sense.
particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father. To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door. The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
So he was the one who recommended Dehya to you.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter. And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend however much it took. Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always send me funds anyway. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago. The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dekan al-Ahmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things. But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Dehya at risk.
But by that same token, he should have also stopped asking you for materials.
That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about myself.
If you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Oh no. Dehya, please don't feel that way.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions.
Maybe there's another way of looking at all of this?
Another way? I don't know. I knew him, and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't understand what's going through his head. But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dakan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Corps of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to face my mistakes.
Alrighty. Outside the tavern at night. It's weird that it just says at night instead of giving like a time window like it usually does.
Welcome. I hope you'll have a wonderful day.
Just pop squat while it finishes night timing.
Welcome. I hope you'll have a wonderful day.
Not now, Susan.
Huh? Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps? Pretty bold, if you ask me.
Shh. Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private.
You two what?
This place should do. Alright. Back to my question. How did you all know about me?
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Oh.
Wait, there's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out.
Wonderful.
What are your terms?
So what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Cecil took good care of me in the past. I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick mora.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dekhan al-Akmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operations. If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of mora from my last run. You just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
All right, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later. They're always on
Why
the move.
would we promise
Here's
that?
the
We
spot
don't
they were
know
at the
you.
last time I made my delivery to the desert. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
All right, I get it. Why don't you go take a look, and if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for y'all.
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
Good. Stay. I'm so glad that they added. I know that it happened a while ago and we've already talked about it, but I'm just really glad that there's some sort of indication on the screen that some of these teleport points are underground. It really was, because I totally would have gone to the other one. Oh my gosh, the singular nut. Oh wait, there's like a... Hold on. Hold on, everybody.
A reward on the road.
Alright.
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves. I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Dehya, why are you here?
That was fun.
Ah!
Spring forth! Let's dance.
Huh, kya! Kya! Huh, cha, ra! Huh! Kya! Buckle up! Hey, huh! Ha! Kya! Hey, cha! you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Not you. Sorry, Barbara.
Lots off.
Buckle up! Let's get it on!
Torn to oblivion.
She's so strong.
Enough
you
fighting.
really surprised,
We all
dude?
know each other, and I don't want to take things too far. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore. Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Dehya, the boss can't come out and see you anymore. He died a long time ago.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die? What happened to him?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
So that's why they turned on each other. It's all motivated by revenge.
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the Relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record. Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's Relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the record served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
So you mean Kusela thought there was no escaping the records?
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dehya and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's Relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, You probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that Boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end.
But Deshret's relics haven't been the only victims of your revenge.
There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies, from food
and that
medicine
would
to
be why he
weaponry
no
and
longer
explosives.
agreed to meet.
All we can do
Because
is
it wasn't him
exchange
writing
our
the
loot for
letters.
Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
Responding to violence with more violence will only cause more pain. Do you have any idea the amount of damage you've done?
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Dehya? You wanna go with them?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
I'm on your side.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
All right. To the place of hiding. I would say this is definitely. Oh, how nice. They're like, here, you need to get up. Let me give you a boost.
Is this the entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Should be. I don't think they have enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
I'm almost certain we'll have trial Dehya, so I'm not worried about it.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
I've fought through many situations like this before.
Yeah, we'll know what they're really capable of once we've landed some hits on them. Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance with you here. I'll take the lead. I've been here once before.
You are not welcome here.
Look alive! Ha! Cha! Illusion shattered!
Let the show begin. Ready, steady,
Not
go!
Barbara.
Buckle up!
Germinate!
Because why?
Look alive! Heartless. Ha!
hot. Can't die from extreme cold or extreme heat. Ooh. Love that for her.
Insolent. Torn to oblivion. Ha. Illusion shattered.
I'll protect us.
I'll be back.
This way, follow me. We're almost there.
Wait! They went charging ahead without checking for any traps!
Hey, you guys okay?
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way through.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a
Oh,
look
nice.
around. There could still be another way through. Let's go! We can't let the boss down!
Let's check if there's another way! The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better.
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go!
Alrighty. Alright. Not too bad.
There is no escape. Ha! 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 Shine down. Ha!
Another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little. Scatter!
Inazuma shines eternal. Ha! Illusion shattered.
Germinate!
Gloves off.
Let's get it on!
Hey! Ha! Ha!
Propagate!
Now you shall perish. Ha! Shine down.
Let's dance! Spring forth!
Look alive. Ha! You're dead meat.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side. But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run? Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin. Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing. The greatest should never live to remember their fall.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons! We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers. They are but two, while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory. Wave 1, charge! Eliminate them!
Where do you think you're? Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered! You asked for it!
Don't think that you've won. We're just getting started.
Torn to oblivion!
King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
Dead meat! Let's get it on!
Again.
Now you shall perish!
Exterminate! Let's dance! Oh.
Buckle up!
Brothers! With me, this is where we'll prove our faith.
Do you all just want to die?
None of us plan to leave this place alive!
Pretty much, yeah. That would be their ideal.
All hail!
Your sacrifice is ready.
Protect us.
Look alive! Hi! Raise the storm! Yeah! Cha! Where do you think you're going? Hi! Ha! You're dead meat! But we'll meet again.
The golden slumber.
The commander has finally fallen!
But they're still coming at us! This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat!
Yes! Keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down!
Except
This
instead
is
of
our
referring
last
to
stand.
Rome, the gladiator
When the next
ring
wave comes,
refers
try to draw away
to
their attacks.
Mondstadt,
I'm going
under
to see if
the
I can take out that high
aristocracy.
platform.
There's a fun factorini there for you.
Get out of my way!
Come and face me, Michel! So they've broken through the front as well.
The
Apologies, Lord
aristocracy
Michel.
would pick people and just make them fight each other to death for
No matter
funsies.
how much we throw at them, they just
That's why
keep
they got
coming for
overthrown.
more.
Plus a million other reasons. Vanessa was one of the gladiators.
So, it would seem like this is the end.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I would give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Hey, wait!
too late.
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
Hey, dear! I found the
whimper.
mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Let's go.
Well, good thing I didn't just go charging across because I would have absolutely gone right through. The whimper was so delayed too. It really was.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always pestering us?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics, and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after?
Oh.
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela? Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth.
Really
If
out
you're
here
to
like,
find
I'm
someone,
literally
why don't
just
you
some
look
guy.
yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me!
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want. It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down? Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk. Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room. He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything. I've already told you everything I know. Can't you just leave me alone?
But it's so fun to see if you have anything interesting to say. You didn't. Okay.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Dehya.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
a cane? It must be the one that Dia's father used.
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh?
Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dehya, come on. This is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
The whole story was shared with the Corps of 30, which finally joined the investigation in the name of restoring order. The members of Deshret's relics were brought to justice, and the members of Dakan al-Ahmar turned themselves in to the authorities. The cane that once belonged to Kusela was given to Dehya as part of her inheritance. Dehya was completely silent on the way back to Samara City. Reading that fast because you never know how long a loading screen is gonna take.
What's this?
We got you some snacks and drinks. All on Paimon's tab.
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
She rarely spends her allowance on other people. It's really my treat, but you get the point.
Hey, this way you get something from the both of us for the price of one. Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy. Dunyarzad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say. My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
Everything happens so fast.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different? Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth, and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites. All of us.
You should never question your true feelings, though.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict. Huh? Dehya, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better. I just...
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
But Dehya, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness. But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we
Yeah,
go for
because
a
she
change
was
of
so
scenery
out
once
for
we finish
Mora
eating?
before.
What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
It's always more fun when everyone's together.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
Wasn't sure if he had anything.
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? You can still talk? Wait,
Well, he didn't succeed in biting it off, Paimon.
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all to a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this. Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence. But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions. Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
So this box contains everything that Dia's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
Well,
I mean...
back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh, it kinda stinks.
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Ah, and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Probably.
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? Why are these things here?
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
Probably not.
Huh? There's something in the bottle!
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly
Rare
seized
instance
with
of
an
character
urge to write a
actually
letter
holding
after
thing
finishing
they're
this
referring
bottle.
to.
I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter. To Dehya. It's a letter for me?
You don't have to read it out loud.
It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to any good.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you. You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father. At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle. Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
That's the end of the letter. In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child.
But isn't that also a good thing?
I suppose, or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah. It's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I don't want you to stop going forward.
I'll help too.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you so much. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
And there is a puppy. I'm kind of in that state of like processing so much information that I don't actually have like anything to say right now. I'm just thinking my thoughts. I'm taking it in. We do know that there's a direct descendant of King Deshret, right? That was something that was established with her lore. Or, no, it wasn't her. That was Candace, right? Hold on. That's Candace, yeah. So, no, sorry, different thing. Hold on. brain filing through information still. Okay. Interesting, interesting.
Studying is far less fun than making money.
As the traveler stares at a dog. All right.
Might be able to see Nilu perform again.
Studying is far less fun than making money.
Might be able to see Nilu perform again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be thinking my thoughts. I don't think I'm gonna be able to articulate much. Brain taking in information. Thinking my thoughts. Alright. I'll see you guys tomorrow for The Sims. I'll make sure that I will re-update any mods that need re-updating because the last patch was so much. We have so much. We'll have to take a look at the new pack together and all of that. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Me too. I got very overwhelmed with the new pack and the new patch and just like everything that got added to the game. Yes, get some good rest, everybody.